Hello there, Ruby Retrograde Tarot and T here. And what will I be dishing out and serving up? It is once again 31 days of tarot. We are now at day, I know how to count, 13. Okay, I remember things in my brain. Okay, you will learn this very quickly. My brain just likes to forget things very quickly. Anyways, we are at day 13 of Ethony's 31 days of tarot, and today's prompt is tarot decks that I would like to work with more this year in 2022. Now, let me tell you that I just about pulled out nearly every single deck out of my shelf, going about how I want to work with them more this year. If you know me, you know very well that there's a possibility that the pile that I'm about to show you now may not actually be the pile that I end up working with in 2022. However, these are the decks that currently, as of January, I would like to work with more. Let's just cross our fingers that I actually do it. Okay, let's not act like I'm going to just fail right away. So now, if I'm looking at my pile, I have, let me count this very quickly. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, and then like a parenthesis 9. And then one, you know what? One is more of an oracle than a tarot deck, so I'll put it aside. So I'm gonna say that I have about 8 decks that I'd like to work with more. And technically, it would be doable. Just one deck exclusively a month, or maybe a rotation of every couple weeks. But without further ado, I will present you the decks that I've selected. Now, some of them you have seen them in past videos of mine during the January challenge. So if you've seen it before, then it's then don't worry about it. But yes, so let us start with one that I know and remember. I do remember that I have showed it before. It is the Dream Vision Tarot. It was a Kickstarter by Emma Zhang. The simple reason is just it is so beautiful. I just want to work with it hopefully soon. Usually how I kind of generally go about it with working with a deck, if I try to go with one deck a month, and then each month I don't necessarily logically I don't necessarily logically decide, all right, I'm going to go with this one because of X, Y, and Z. I kind of go with the flow. I kind of go with my a feeling, if I can call it like that. Except maybe for some things like holidays such as Halloween or Christmas, where I'm like, oh yeah, this one feels a bit more Christmassy, or this one feels a bit more Halloweeny. I'm gonna use that one, and you'll see what I mean. But in any case, all of that aside, I just by the feel of it, I'm thinking this might be maybe closer to end of winter, beginning of spring, that I might end up working with it. But that is that first one on the docket, the Dream Vision Tarot. Now let me put this aside because it is quickly going to fill up. The second one, it is the Oak, Ash, and Thorn by Stephanie Burrows and Adam Ohlers. Now, I believe it's other YouTubers have shown this deck before, but if you haven't, it is such a beautiful, did I already say beautiful? Beautiful deck. They're actually also coming up with another one right now, which is, I forgot the name of the actual title of the deck, so forgive me for that one, but it's going to be all about dragons. I'm not too much like I'm not too much of a dragon. Not that I don't like dragons, but it's not necessarily one of my things that I like. So I won't necessarily pre-order it or get it later. But this one, as you can see, it's all woodland animals. Very soft colors, very sweet. And so for this one, I'm also hoping to do it probably in spring. I'm guessing more in the beginning of spring. So let's say like a March, April type of thing. Maybe for a tarot challenge or just for general card a day type of pull or anything like that. Now, of course, and see here. just a little a thank you card that was done with the Kickstarter. Personally, I did not. It was not something that I purchased right as it came out. I actually got it from someone who was passing it on. And when I saw the listing, I pretty much jumped on it and grabbed it right away. I didn't even ask question. I said, just take my money, whatever it costs, even shipping. So anyways, that is the second deck, the Ash Thorn. Now on to the next one. This one you've seen before also. The New Choice Tarot de Marseille. This one I want to work with because I want to keep working on my Marseille muscles, and more specifically the numerology aspect. I'll just say that right away. Me and numbers, if it's in a math equation type of thing, we don't get along very well, okay? There's issues. Numbers just don't want to be what they want to be. Calculations end up wrong. Don't even ask me about accounting, okay? I still have almost traumatic memories of trying to do my homework at points in time. But in any case, I want to work with this one, like I mentioned, just so I can commit. Well, I get it's not necessarily commit to memory, but just be more comfortable with certain numerology based interpretation, or just having it come easier out of my mind when I'm pulling cards with Marseille deck. And obviously, as I showed, I can't show too much because I forgot that this card not only has buttocks, but it also has boobies at time. I don't know if YouTube is gonna strike me for the boobies, or I'll say, like, I don't know, breasticles. I don't know. Suggest something I can say to replace mammary glands or something or another. So you can give me a suggestion. But in any case, I'm also curious to see what kind of readings I would get from this one, as opposed to the more traditional looking Marseille deck that I have here. So, New Choice Tarot de Marseille by Rosario Salerno. Okay. Now, hold on. Well, is there an order to this? Not really. Okay. Don't mind me. I'm just momentarily talking to myself. The other deck, True Black. Now, this deck, I don't know how to describe it other than I feel like this deck will tell me when to work with it, and I cannot wait for it. I'm also just content just looking at the pictures because it's so beautiful. Just the little details on every single card. Now, don't mind me, like I've looked at it and I pretty much kept it in the paper. That's how much I wanted to stay as pristine as possible because I know my hands. But just you can see the UV spot here on every card. It's different images that are printed on UV ink. So if you look at, the Empress, just the honeycomb there. And actually, I think it's the, if I remember correctly from the guidebook, it's the chemical compound for oxytocin, if I remember correctly. Don't quote me on that. If someone has the book, you'll be able to corroborate or say nay. But just... so for this one, I'm not too sure on when. I think it'll be one of those you have been summoned to use this deck type of thing. I feel like the deck will tell me rather than me thinking, okay, I'll use it at this point in time. But in any case, True Black, that is another one. So now I think I'm at 4 decks. Okay. Now, the 5th one, I've talked about it before. I believe it was about decks that I've had recently, or what was the question again? I think it was like tarot goodies I gave myself for the holidays. The Intuitive Night Goddess Tarot by Lizzie Silverman and Eye of Astro. This one is the mass market version. This one, you know what? It was one of those where at first I was like, oh, I don't really feel like getting this deck. And then afterwards, by the time it got on mass market, I was like, you know what? This deck is really pulling at me. I'm going to get it. This one I'm thinking, I'm not too sure around which time of the month I might use it. I might use it maybe around this time of the season, seeing as it's dark. And I kind of feel it kind of matches around the weather we're having right now, where Although now we're starting to have longer days, but just the sharp contrast between the dark and the light. I might do it a March thing. I feel like this might be a March thing. And I might actually do a tarot interview with this one to see where it might be more centric. I think that might be one of them that I'll actually do a tarot interview before I actually do readings or spread with it. Just like as a side note, a lot of the time I will do tarot interviews first, and then once depending on the card, on the spread I get, I'll tend to use that deck depending based on the cards that I got from it and what kind of vibe or answers I'll get. Now lately, and also partly because the decks came faster than I had time to actually do the interpretation or the deck interviews, but also because I sometimes I'm like I like to use them use them, do spreads or do readings and then see what kind of answers I get, and then sometimes after that I'll do a tarot interview to see if it lines up or if there's something else maybe that I'm missing with it. But in any case, the Intuitive Night Goddess Tarot, I'm thinking, yeah, also around this time between I would say like a March to May type of thing. So yes, that is it. Now let me just put this away. The next deck, it is the Children of Litha Tarot by Zia Hunt, if I remember correctly. Let me see here. I believe it's Zia Hunt. No, I might be wrong. This one, another beautiful, beautiful, beautiful deck. Hold on, what does it say? Yeah, Alexandra Huntington, to be correct. But on her website, it's Zia Hunt. But it's another beautiful, beautiful, beautiful deck with mythical creatures, animals, all that fun stuff. This one, it is, because it's Children of Litha, it is associated with a particular season, of which my brain has decided to now not reveal to me. So now that I'm trying to remember what period of time Litha is, my brain has betrayed me, okay, right now. So please, somebody let me know what is that time of the year again, and hopefully I have not missed it, because oh my goodness, I will be so, well, I will still use it. It's not as if I won't use it because, you know, I missed Litha, but I think Litha is somewhere around the summertime. I think that's what it is. Let me just look at it right now. Oh my goodness. How can I forget these things? Hold on. Let me go off camera 3 seconds because I can see better. Hold on. No, I am not seeing this right now. All right, I will look at it later and I will say, of course, it is X period of time. I should have known this. Good job. Whichever. At that period of time, if it has not passed, which I believe it's summertime, I would like to do spreads or either tarot challenge around that month. If not, then just reading cards a day. And this one, I can't wait. I got it. I think it was last year. There was a second, what do they call it? Like second best. I'll call them second best decks. So it's not the decks that are in pristine condition that get sold off. It's one of those that have little dings or little scratches. But if you look at it, you know, for something that had a ding, I think that was it. I think that was what was considered second best. All right. And really, like, for this to have such a discount, I am not complaining because I wanted that deck so much. So in any case, the Children of Litha Tarot, that is another one that I would like to work with. And how have you not noticed in all this time that I blather on? Now the next one, I want to make sure that I'm not doubling up. It is the Ethereal Visions Luna Edition. First off, shine, 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 so pretty. This is the I don't know if I want to call it a second version or an alternate version to the Ethereal Visions by Matthews. Matthews. Thank you. So yes, as it says at the back here, this was a Kickstarter that was done in March. I did not pledge on the initial Kickstarter. What ended up happening is that at some point in time, I thought about backing it and then not, because I was going to order instead the original, well, yeah, let's call it the original just for the sake, the original Ethereal Visions, which I did, but that one is a whole story in and of itself. Tell me it's going to be nearly a year and I still don't have it. Why? Because it's overseas. I want it soon. I should be getting it soon though. Soon. We'll be reunited very soon. But in any case, that's a side story. But and then someone in a tarot group I'm in was saying, hey, this is the last day for the Luna edition. And watch me going and saying, you know what? Yes, I would like the second version. And who knows, maybe I'll combining with the original one. So all this to say, that is how it got into my possession and into my family collection. When would I like to use this? I believe it'll probably be between mid-spring to maybe early summer. I'm feeling a little bit of vintagey. I'm sniffing a little bit of vintagey around this time. So I think I'm going to use it around that time. So that is, I don't know how many decks I'm at now. 3, 6. This is the 7th deck shown. The Luna edition of Ethereal Visions. And then we have Cirque du Tarot by Lisa Robertson and illustrated by Josh Tufts. This one I had gotten, I believe I might have shown it in a previous day challenge. I think that might have been part of the group of decks that I had shown for the holiday goodies. So as you can see, very large box. I mean, I have to put it on a separate shelf or table all by itself. And once again, this is what got me. And I believe I do know some other people that had reviewed this deck. They were a little bit disappointed with the court cards, and I do understand what they mean by that. But that's neither here nor there. It's just the pictures, the softness of it. I think I want to do it for I want to use it in February. So, you know, in a couple weeks from now, look at me just already engaging myself out there to YouTube. So if you someone's gonna come back and say, hey, did you use it? I will use it. Okay, I will use it. I just have to make time for it. But in any case, Cirque du Tarot, that is my, I believe, 8th. Okay, and then finally I will conclude with this one, the Teeny Tiny Tarot by Holly Oddly. It's so cute. Look at it. It's so small. Let me, hold on. Do I have like a standard? Oh, I don't want that. If I take it next to... Now, of course, you know, we could argue about teeny tiny, but it is small. All right. It is small. This one, it is... I got it on Kickstarter, so it was a campaign that I had backed. Which month was that? It was last year. I want to say sometime in the fall, maybe, or maybe late summer. And so this creator in particularly, actually, she started with a deck, with a tarot deck and an oracle. And in the first campaign, she also offered to have like a storage box with space for the next decks that she was planning on putting on Kickstarter in the future. So at that time last year, she put on Kickstarter, there was the tarot deck and the oracle, which I believe you'll see on the next day anyways. So for this one, the Teeny Tiny Tarot, because it's a lot of cute image, a lot, you know, as you can see, like little skulls, and it's the eyes. We got some needles here. So this one, I'm going to say October, but am I going to be patient enough to wait until October? That remains to be seen. I might want to work with it a little bit earlier, but definitely October. It definitely gives that vibe, a little bit of a spooky, cutesy type of thing. So with that, let's see if I have enough space to... No, I will not have enough space to put it all in camera, but to recap, we have the Cirque du Tarot, followed by Luna edition of Ethereal Vision. Let me move this little rocky here. Oh, camera, you gotta stay in focus as much as you can. Then we got Children of Litha, True Black, oh boy, the Intuitive Night Goddess Tarot. We are just piling it up. Where are you? The New Choice Tahoe Marseille 2nd edition. The Oak, Ash, and Thorn deck. And finally, the Dream Vision Tarot. So this is it, guys. My very big, tall list of what I want to work with. Cross your fingers for me, please, that I will be diligent and go through them all and get to learn them and see if, I gel well with them, if I enjoy them, what I don't enjoy them. And if you'd like to see a review or deck flip through of any of them, let me know. Like, put your notes there in the comments. I want to read them, and for sure I'll do some deck reviews and flip throughs of them, and we can see how we like them and things like that. And also, while you're in there in the comments, do let me know when Litha is. I think it's in the summer, and I may be wrong, so do tell me that. And also let me know what tarot decks you want to work with in 2022. So thank you for hanging out and staying and listening, and until next time, bye bye, guys.